Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of my K-pop opinions. So guys, please don't come at me for this. This is just my opinion. Y'all do not have to agree at all. It's just me. Also, this is so random. If it sounds like I'm panting hard and running, my dog was just barking, and I had to run downstairs and get him to stop, and then I ran back up, so that's why. But anyways, let's get right into it, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. So first of all, NMIXX actually has a good discography. I know this is an unpopular opinion. Many people hate their music and things like that, but personally, it's good, not just because I enjoy the music, but also I like NMIXX because their music is experimental, and they are trying things that lots of K-pop groups haven't before. Personally though, I think it's I'm not surprised I like their music, because I like noise music a lot. So I like groups like NCT, NMIXX of course, Stray Kids, some ATEEZ, pretty noisy too. So I really like noisy music, so I think that's also part of the reason why I enjoy their discography more than others, and I like all the sudden beat changes and stuff, which I know is and definitely something that a lot of people didn't enjoy. Second of all, shipping idols isn't okay. Well, if it's shipping in a not serious way, personally, I ship idols, but it's a joking way, or I ship them as friends, because I enjoy their friendship and stuff. That is fine, but in a serious way, as in if the fans actually want them to be together or think they're actually together, then that's not okay, because idols, it just feels kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it can affect the idols themselves, their friendships. I know that Felix and Hyunjin from Stray Kids, they were shipped so much by fans. They had to the company made them stop talking to each other much on camera, and they couldn't really talk to each other that much. Things are better now, and it's not like that anymore, but that happened because there was a bunch of shipping going on, of Hyunjin's fans were hating Felix, Felix's fans were hating on Hyunjin. I don't even remember the full story, but it was something along those lines, and it's just so unfortunate to see what can happen when shipping idols in a real way goes too far. And also do people actually think they are dating each other, or if they literally confirm they were dating, which would I would be surprised, but if that happened, then that's fine. Then you can just it's okay. But if they're shipping in a serious way, then it's kind of creepy and just not okay. Okay, my third opinion is that Wonyoung's hate train is getting so ridiculous at this point. I don't really know what to say. I know, please do not come at me for this, everyone. It's just my opinion. You guys don't have to agree, but personally, I think her hate is the hate that she gets. It's not fair, because at this point, she gets hate for everything she does. How she got hate for eating a strawberry with two hands. I don't understand what's so problematic about that. And also the situation recently that happened, I can't remember where I was, but where that kid ran up to her and tried to touch her hair, and then she backed away, and people called her racist and colorist and stuff. And I can totally see why you could think that, but at the same time, the kid ran up to her to try to touch her hair. If a kid ran up to me, of course I would say hi, but if they came to try to touch me, I would back up too. So I feel since there's no way we can know the full story, but since we don't know, I feel it's unfair to make the assumptions and hate her so much for that, because it might have not even been her intention for it to come across that way. And then while I was greeting their other fans, you can see Wonyoung saying hi to everyone and being super nice to them. She was just shocked when that kid came up to her, because he tried to touch her, which is understandable. So I just feel like it's unfair that she's getting hate for everything, which she totally doesn't deserve, because she's actually a really sweet person. And, like, it's so annoying how, like, she gets, like, so much hate. Okay, so ATEEZ gained lots of new fans after Bouncy. So, you all know probably that I can't really get through a video without mentioning ATEEZ, because I'm, like, so obsessed with them. But, so, with this one, personally, I think that after Bouncy was released, and ATEEZ's, like, new mini album, they got a lot of, like, recognition. And so, like, please don't, like, come at me and say just, like, oh, this isn't true. ATEEZ was popular before Bouncy was released, and they had lots of fans before then. They didn't just become popular after this. I totally agree. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, despite the fact that, like, ATEEZ was still a pretty popular K-pop group before, I feel like they didn't get the recognition they deserve until Bouncy. And I've heard other ATEEZ say this as well. So basically, with Bouncy, they got so many wins and stuff, and, like, people really started to notice them. Like, Bouncy just hit 100 million views, like, the music video. It's their second music video to reach 100 million views in their whole career. And Bouncy is only 2 months old, and it's already hit 100 million. So it's, like, a big milestone for them. And so that hasn't happened in the past like that. So I feel like even though ATEEZ was pretty popular, they still didn't get the recognition they deserve, like, for multiple things. Like, for example, their performance, just, like, insane. Like, out of all the K-pop groups, I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but, like, their performance is the best. Like, it's just my opinion, but I totally think their performance is the best. They are so insanely talented, it's actually crazy. So, I think that ATEEZ just, like, got more recognition this comeback. It's not that they weren't popular before, but they finally were getting more of the recognition that they have deserved since their debut. Next one, idols are debuting too young. So, I bet a lot of you guys are not surprised with this one. Like, of course, like, I'm not trying to hate, like, all the young idols out there or anything, of course, because, like, some of my favorite idols are, like, young, like, Eunchae from LE SSERAFIM. She's one of my alt biases ever. She's my everything. She was born in 2006. And so that's, like, pretty young. There are idols younger than that I love as well. So I'm not hating on them, but I just feel like the pressure of being in this such a toxic industry like this at such a young age would be crazy. Like, idols my age are debuting now, and I'm probably younger than a bunch of you think I am. Well, like, I'm not like super young, but, like, I'm not old either. So, like, well, I don't really feel comfortable saying my age, but, like, I'm older than 13 and I'm younger than 17. So I'm 14, 15, or 16. I don't know. It feels weird to say that, but like, idols my age are going to be debuting, and it just feels crazy because, like, that feels so young to be in such an industry like this. I feel like it would be so emotionally draining and mentally as well. And I feel like a lot of young people wouldn't be ready for that. And I feel like they shouldn't have to face something like that at such an early age. Next one, Blackpink doesn't feel like a K-pop group anymore. I'm sorry to say this, like, Blackpink, I love them, okay? They're one of my alts, like, they got me into K-pop. They were my everything, literally. Like, in 2020, they meant the world to me, but they don't really feel like a K-pop group anymore, to be honest. Like, when they're doing activities together, sure, like, when they're promoting, if they just had a comeback, or when they're on tour, but, like, they don't have many activities together anymore. Like, I know they just had, like, their big tour and stuff, but, like, they barely have comebacks. Like, they have such a small discography. Like, groups that have debuted in, like, 2019, for example, or something, or 2020, have more songs than them. They debuted in 2016. So they just don't really feel, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, they don't feel like a group when they're not promoting, because they just don't really do much together. When they're not promoting, they go off to do their completely own schedules, and it's, like, not even related to their activities as a group, basically, and we barely get to see them together. So I just feel like they don't really feel much like a group anymore. Not that they aren't, like, obviously they still are, but, you know. Next one, K-pop stans are getting problematic. So this one, like, seriously, K-pop stans are getting so problematic. Like, they are being too invasive of, like, idols' personal spaces, and I feel like not enough, like, not enough K-pop fans realize, like, their relationship with the idols. So, like, for, like, me, and probably, like, a lot of other K-pop stans, too, we understand that we're, like, fans. We're not, like, more than that. Like, we're just fans. Like, it's not, like, we cannot, like, invade their privacy in such a way because it's not appropriate considering the relationship we have with our idols. But too many fans lately are being just creepy and not okay. For example, Wooyoung from ATEEZ recently on a live stream had to call out fans for sending him messages, and he said that he wasn't interested and that it was, like, not a good thing to do and that he was very annoyed. So I don't even want to know what people were saying to him to make him say that, because it must have been really bad. And also, one of the NCT members, for some reason I can't remember who, but his house got broken into recently. Like, that's crazy. I would feel so unsafe if someone who, like, was too crazily obsessed with me broke into my house. And then Haechan from NCT, his house also got broken into a while back. And then, for another example, Jungkook, a little while ago now as well, but he had to call out fans on a live stream for sending food to his house, too much food to his house, and he had to tell them to stop it because he wouldn't eat it if they sent it. So it's just getting too much. Like, it's not okay at this point, and, like, something really needs to be done about these toxic stans because it's not okay. And it, like, makes me feel so sad when the idols literally have to say to their fans, you need to step back and not do this, because the fans should already be able to know this and do this themselves. They shouldn't need their idols to literally tell them. So yeah, I think K-pop stans, like sasaengs and, like, stuff, they need to take a step back. Like, they need to stop because it's so problematic. And next, idols aren't perfect and they can make mistakes. So basically, I know, obviously, like, people always act like their idols are perfect. They're the most perfect people ever. But, like, even I do this. Like, I say, like, about my favorite idols, I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're so perfect. I love them so much. Like, they're perfect. But, like, that's not the case. Like, I feel like fans all kind of need to stop saying their idols are so perfect all the time. I know, because I do this too, completely. But, idols are people too, and I feel like we need to realize that, because they're people just like us, and it's okay for them to make mistakes. Like, I understand, like, some K-pop idols have done things that, like, a lot of people have been, like, really mad at them for, hated them for. I can understand that, but also, idols are people too, and I feel like idols get so much hate for little mistakes that they make because fans think they shouldn't make mistakes at all. Like, they should just be the perfect people, but they're not perfect people. And, like, they're just people like the rest of us. So idols getting hate every time they make a little mistake isn't fair, because if you think about, like, all of us, we all make mistakes. We're all humans. Humans make mistakes. It's something everyone does. And, like, there's, like, nothing really we can do about it. That's just how it is. So it's unfair. It feels unfair to me that fans always do this, because everyone makes mistakes, and even idols do too, but people don't realize that they make mistakes. But they're obviously, they can make mistakes because everyone does, and idols are also people. Next one, the beauty standards in Korea are kind of too much. So I feel like the Korean beauty standards in K-pop it says you have to, like, have, like, all these perfect features and look like the perfect person. But, like, people can be beautiful without having those exact features. And, like, just because someone doesn't fit the Korean beauty standards doesn't mean they're ugly or not pretty. And so, also with, like, weight, for example, like, there's this, like, I guess, stereotype that K-pop idols should always be skinny and pretty and stuff. And personally, like, when an idol is too skinny, I do not like that, because, like, I worry about their health, like, if they're eating enough or if they're, like, okay, because if you're too skinny, obviously it's not healthy. And so if idols are too skinny, they get hate, and if idols are quote unquote overweight, they get hate. So I feel like I understand idols want to be skinny, like to fit the standards and so that they can feel good and stuff. That's fair, but to the point where it's like so skinny, I worry about them. And also the fact that idols get hate for being quote unquote overweight is so annoying to me. Like Jonghyun from Twice, she got so much hate. Like people called her fat just because she has a healthy body. Also Jonghyun from ATEEZ, people would call him fat as well, and I personally do not think they're fat at all. And I think it's unfair for them to be called that considering they just have healthy bodies, and I think having a healthy body is a good thing. I don't understand why people hate that, because just because you have a healthy body doesn't mean you're pretty. Like, you're still beautiful. So I feel like people need to like take a step back and like not judge people as much. Okay, so my last opinion is we need to protect young idols and learn from mistakes in the past. So there are lots of young idols debuting, as we all know. And so I feel like in the past there are so many young idols who've gotten so much hate that it's like insane. Like obviously Wonyoung is a good example of that. Like even in Produce 48, she did still get hate, and it was probably so hard for her. Also, Nikki from ENHYPEN, he got a lot of hate. He still gets so much hate. And he's still so young even. He's like, how old is he? Like 17? So like the fact that he gets all that hate, and like Wonyoung too, like these young idols get so much hate and it's crazy. And so now that new idols are debuting, I think that we need to like learn from mistakes that people have made in the past and make sure that we don't say or do these terrible things, because it's not okay. And like if like I was in that position and people would say all these things about me, it would feel terrible. Like I don't even know what I would do. So I think we should protect young idols more, and just like, I don't know, like they just don't deserve to be hated. And like the idols that were young that were hated, they don't deserve that either, and I feel so bad for them. But we can't fix what happened in the past, but we can, moving forward, make better choices about what to do and how to treat the young idols, which should be in a polite way, not how people in the past have. And I think that's everything. My god, this video is so long. I'm scared. I was just like recording this. I didn't plan for it to be this long. It just got crazy long. I'm probably going to edit a lot of it out, but right now it's over 20 minutes. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. This was just like such a random... My goodness. Anyways, I gotta finish this quickly because my dog is going crazy. But this was just a random video to record because I haven't posted in too long and I just needed to get a video up. So this is just a quick fun thing to do. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye.
라이크, 코멘트,
subscribe.
많이 해주세요.
많이 해주세요.